More baseball talk too, but now Canada's national summer sport. The St. Catharines Junior A Athletics regular season begins Wednesday night at home, Canada Games Park, and this season is a big one.
Everybody's talking, the buzz ain't just a beer. Radio man keeps saying, this could be our year. Huddled up headlights, team colors cross the lawn. Don't matter where you're coming from, we're here to get it gone. It's that hometown crowd, yeah, it's in our blood. And even when the clock runs out, we still raise the cup. It ain't about that hat trick home on a big first down. Just looking for a little something we can rally around. Are you in or are you out? Ain't about seat in your house. Courtside or on the couch, we still get loud.
Our trip around the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League continues in Orangeville and Tony Rose Arena between the two teams that met each other in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League finals last year. A look at the Orangeville Northmen, who captured the title in Game 7 here in this building, and they're top of the table yet again as we pass the halfway mark of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League season. The Orangeville Northmen 10-1. You got to look down to 8th place, and on the bubble, the Mimico Mountaineers, a 3-6 record. Far cry from the season last year, but they did lose 14 graduating players down to just 3 who are going to graduate this year. Less than a week away from the trade deadline. Keep your eye on those teams back near that 7, 8, 9 or lower bubble, and the veterans that they've got could be on the move by the time we get back on the air on Saturday, which is trade deadline day here in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. Matthew Carrigan for the JVI Sports Network as we present the feature game here in the OJLL, in the opening faceoff will go the way of the Northmen. Bringing it out of his own zone is Donnie Scott. Liam Matthews has been an absolute force since returning to the Northmen, passing over to the far side. Here's Dylan Sanderson on a bounce. Back to Matthews again. Faked his way to the crease. Still trying to get there. Trey Deer opening room in front, and the return pass doesn't connect between those two. "13 points combined. 15 combined between Trey Deer and Liam Matthews when we last saw the Northmen on Saturday out in Oakville. Two-man game working to perfection on the left side. We'll see if that continues tonight. Here's Max Kruger, one of the top rookies in the league this season. Actually comes in leading the point standings. Bouncer off the back wall, goes right to Levi Anderson. He'll find Kruger. Back to the net for Cohen Jennings. Gets pushed outside and double teamed and sent nearly into Mimico's bench. Heads up Don McDonald, the longtime equipment manager of the Mimico Mountaineers. Ball skips away here from Luke Ryder. Colin Burns, 2 of the 3 graduates, both American players for Mimico. Shot clock reset inadvertently, so Ryder has to hustle to get it off. Keller into the corner for Burns, who wasn't aware that the count was down on the floor. He was looking at the clock. Matthews back the other way. Trailing is Jennings. Liam Matthews Now sending it across to Dylan Sanderson. Matthews. Trying to shrug off the check from Aaron Taguri. He is the third graduating player, and just those 3 for Dean George. And no Thompsons for the first time in Mimico history on the Junior A team since they returned to this level back in 2015. Now Tanner does play an assistant coach role on their bench. Ryder all the way cross floor. Big high step from Aaron Taguri. Comes back from Burns and couldn't get it through Donnie Scott. Tavares in the middle over the shoulder. What a finish from Luke Ryder. Ryder from Madison, Wisconsin, and the University of Vermont. Sending it over the shoulder and through Garrett Thompson, who gets the start tonight. Picked up the decision in the last meeting between these two teams out in Mimico on June the 7th. An 11-6 Orangeville victory that day, led by a 6-1 second period. Nate Whittam, the draft pick of the Colorado Mammoth, in net for the Mountaineers tonight. Thought we would get Colorado versus Buffalo with Evan Constantopoulos, but it is Thompson onto the crease. Owen Ron. Ball's going to drop down for Dylan Sanderson, but he's only got 5 left on the shot clock. Lets it go, and Whittam will make the stop and deflect it into the corner. Big collision in there with Sanderson running for cover. Took an extra hit as it was played back for Jaden Ciapera. Trey Deer. Red and white sneakers tonight as Trey Deer went at Toguri, and the officials caught it, and Trey Deer heading to the box. The first penalty of the night, a cross check. Kyle Coulter with the call, him and John Vandergiesen. Jeremy McNaught, keep your eye on 91. Whistle's going to go somewhere right around here, and bang, that's the call. It's already up 1-0. Mimico with a chance here to go up a pair. 3.5 gone. Justin Tavares will take top spot. And then Keller played catch. Back to Tavares. Thompson looking behind him. It was sat dormant in his crease. And Ciapero recovers it to Kruger. Donnie Scott now. Back for Kruger. They'll slow down, allowing the defenders to get off. Ball out to the far side. Mimico coming off the bench. Blew up the ball carrier, and it may have been in the back. An illegal cross check coming the other way. Power play gets all of 32 seconds here for the Mounties. Watch the door, and into the numbers perhaps. Evening things up, 32 seconds in, and Dean George doesn't like the call, giving it to Jeremy McNaught over on the far side. 4-on-4, a lot of room to work for a man like Liam Matthews, who ran through the crease after shooting. I would normally say this would be absolute money for Matthews and Deer, but remember, it's Trey Deer sitting in the box for that cross check. And Selma Rego starting the counterattack. Colin Burns will slow it down. Burns, the other American from Potomac, Maryland, and Princeton University. Tavares shoots and scores. Well, Justin Tavares has done a lot of this season. One of just 3 Mountaineers in double digits in scoring. Tavares on a 2-goal per game clip. 16, now 17 in this, his 9th game played. Burns picking up assists on the first 2 goals. Tavares and Ryder. The other assist on each other's goals. We're still 4-on-4. Closing in on another 30 seconds as we've played 5 here at Tony Rose. 2-0 Mimico. Holding on to it up top is Owen Ron. He'll come all the way across into Cade Cordingley. Big high step, slamming on the brakes. 5 to shoot for Cordingley. Takes top spot, drags it back behind his back to Matthews. Scores! Oh! Credit Cade Cordingley for the individual effort. Looked like ran himself out of time and space. Keep your eye on the shot clock if we see it. It'll be on the top of your screen. I'm not sure, but nifty little pass and then down to the crease for Matthews. As the siren was sounding, that's as close as you get. For Liam Matthews. 31 points now. 23 goals in this, his 9th game of the season. Amongst the league leaders in that department. Scott stumbled. Up top, Ciapera. This will be a power play now, although an abbreviated one for the Northmen with Gear back out there. He'll wait for Matthews. Dylan Sanderson and Kruger on the far side. Matthews will snipe again. Abbreviated or not, the power play works. And just like that, Liam Matthews has tied the game for the Northmen. Not a whole lot doing here except for a tiny bit of a screen from Trey Deere in front that opens the shooting lane. And Matthews finds the back of the net for the 24th time. Dylan Sanderson picking up an assist. We're told Cam Sanderson, well, not told, wasn't listed as a scratch here for the game, so we're expecting his return, but doesn't appear to be out there for the Northmen tonight. There's a bouncer in on the crease. Thompson with the save. Ciapera through center. William Wilson bringing it down. Trey Deere finds a man circling the crease and scores. Whittam not happy with the missed assignment here. And just keep your eye on the crease. And as easy as she goes. Right there for the Northmen. First 2 goals came 27 seconds apart. As now the faceoff controlled by Mimico, but all kinds of extra contact over in front of the timekeeper's box. Max Kruger with the goal. Started the season with back-to-back Gatorade Player of the Week, Rookie of the Week awards. As Matthews tried to find Deere on the crease. His shot into the feet of Whittam. Just like that, Orangeville lead 3-2. Mimico back the other way. Cross to Burns. Couple picks set there by Lucas Billing. He's got the ball now on the return pass. 5 to shoot though as they come back to Burns against the grain. Far corner. Thompson stands in and makes the stop. Only has 4 seconds to get out of his crease and isn't going to do it. Not very often you see a 4 count. That rule come into play, but did there with some indecision from the normal Northman backup and then some good pressure in front. Burns to the far side. Little juke and jive from Tavares back to Burns. Hard shot. Saved from Thompson. And brought down by Alex Messier. Comes across center. Ron slowing it down up top. Ron back across. Now it's Kruger with it. Taking top spot. Whittem falls. Oh! Reaches back to the line to pull it out. That was headed for goal number 4. And Whittem had to make that save 3 times almost. Ryder back the other way to Keller. Trailing the play, Wesley Geeky. Ryder, quick stick into the corner. Tavares shot, handled by Thompson. He's being tied up. Scott lost a stick in the exchange. Now everybody goes their separate ways, except for Trey Deer. His way is toward the crease. Pass to the far side, Kruger. Back for Matthews. Kruger takes top spot. Deer setting screens in the middle. Matthews does it again. This could be one of those nights for number 7, as it looks like the sights are dialed in here. Keep your eye on the crease, though. Prior to this, the ball bouncing, you'll just see it roll towards the line. And the left hand of Whittem there to make the stop. But then how about this? Sidearm rip for Liam Matthews. First period hat trick. Bouncing face-off, Enrico Lombardo in there for it for Mimico. In and out of the stick as well of Alex Messier. Sanderson and Cordingley on the assist, as now the ball is stolen away by Elijah Edwards. 19 seconds from the halfway mark of this first period. Feels like it should be a lot more than 4-2 already, the way that the Northmen have been firing. Kruger behind his back. Went to Ron. Swim move didn't work. Liam Wilson outside with Jennings in the middle of the score. Was about to say it's only 4-2, make it 5-2 now. But don't forget, it was 2-0 Mimico at one point. Wilson doing a good job of backing out to give himself space and then finding Jennings through the middle. That's 2 assists for Levi Wilson, the Elora Mohawk AP. Nate Whittem went to the bench for a drink, and Adam Power was getting dressed, and Whittem turned like he was headed back to the crease, and Rob Mikulski, who opens the door, said, not this time. It will be Adam Power coming in. Five goals on their first 10 shots for the Northmen in just about 10 minutes for Whittem. Owen Hobbs looking around for help. And remember back to Game 7 of last year's OLA Finals. Whittem and Power, I mean, they were on a never-ending carousel in that Mimico crease. Eventually, Northmen putting 20 in the back of the net, 20-12 in Game 7 here to book their ticket to the Minto Cup last year. On what was a fantastic series, Mimico with new life thanks to an overtime victory here in this barn. That in game number 3, 10-9 final. Mimico would win 11-7 back at home and then 11-8 at home in game number 6. Trailing 5-2 here, though, in the first. Hard pass from Burns to the far side, looking for Tavares. Big high step back to Burns. Through Ryder. His shot came about halfway through the shot clock, and Thompson there to make the stop. Deer. No Matthews on this set, as Cade Cordingley will stay out. Sanderson for Kruger. The trade Deer, hard shot, looking to the 5-hole, and Power there to pinch it between the stick and the pad. Look at this offense. Dylan Sanderson, Max Kruger, Dylan Cordingley, Garen Jennings when healthy. I mean, a disgusting lineup that's going to lose Liam Matthews and Trey Deer this year, but still look like they're set up for a long time. Justin Tavares. Speaking of players who are going to be good for a long time, third point off Mimico's third goal. He's got 2 here in the period now. Watch the double seal in front. And everybody, including Trey Deer, trying to get up in front of Tavares' face to take the shot away, but just can't at the last second. 7:39 to go. 5-3. That'll break up the streak. That was 5 straight. Aaron Taguri handling this faceoff. He gets pushed back over the line. And wait a minute. He didn't have the ball. Must be a Ginger thing. I fell for it too, Jeremy. Officials will talk about it, and Jeremy McNaught says, yeah, my bad. Fans don't like it. Andrew Suter getting an explanation, as is Rusty Kruger. Tavares, fresh life. Back to Burns. And Tavares, that one's headed for the Orangeville bench, close. They slam the door in time. Here's Burns shooting through traffic and scores. And then mixing it up a little bit later. Ryder in to say hello to Alex Messier. Penalties coming here, but Mimico's back within 1. This comes off that questioned over and back call, and that is a great snipe from the outside. The Americans sticking up for each other. Ryder coming in defense of Burns. Ryder looks to be getting the only penalty out of the exchange, so second power play of the game for the Northmen. Liam Matthews scored on the first, even though it was only about 30 seconds or so. See what they've got for an encore. Matthews, Sanderson. Outside shot, they score again. This one takes all of 15 seconds on the power play. And it'll be Dylan Sanderson. Matthews is involved, but not scoring at least this time. That restores the 2-goal lead with 7 to go in the first. Take the over. Already 10 goals, still got 7 to play here in the first. Sean Costigan trying to get off. They wave him back into the fray. Didn't look like he was all too impressed. And Sanderson through the middle. Got checked right out of his shoes by Taguri. Bryden Pitt to Ryder. Saw Trey Deer have a shoe issue the other day. Now we got another piece of gear down in the corner. Burns. Back to Tavares. Twist pass. Looking all the way across to Jacob Keller, and Mimico can't do anything with the shot. Trey Deer. Waiting now, Alex Messier. Drew a lot of attention the last time he was out there. It's Deer shooting, trying to shoot through Chris Carpenter, excuse me. Good eat, don't rub it indeed. Nate Whittam. Back up to Ryder, who takes a slash after finding his mate down in the corner. Ryder. Back to Burns. Ryder again, big high step. We'll work it back towards the outside. 5 to shoot. Coming up now, and this not going to help. Carried over and back. And then ripped by Cameron McKinnon. Well after he was over the timeline, so kind of surprised the officials let him get away with that one, to be quite honest. Good one-on-one battle between Hobbs and Kruger up top. Finally, the screen comes from Wilson. Shot there, bouncing back to Jennings, and Power will cover up. Hobbs across center. Tavares around the back. Swinging across to Burns now. Burns will work it far side. Big head fake from Tavares. Shot didn't get through. He's got to deal with Donnie Scott now in the corner with a dying clock. And that'll be it. Back-to-back 30-second violations against Mimico. Closing in on 4 minutes left to go here in our first period. Started a bit of a shootout, 6-4. Everything was dropping for Orangeville early on, a 5 straight goal run. 2-1 since the change is Kruger. Can't shoot that one through Carpenter. Back-to-back blocks for number 16 now. Ryder will wait for the restart. Gets it to Burns. Back far side, a ton of space, electing not to shoot. Goes Mimico over on the far side. Returns back for Burns. He will rip, and that one headed up. Into Orangeville's bench. Sanderson, big high step on the run. Bouncer off the end glass. Trey Deer with it in front. And skipped off the stick of Jennings before going up out of play. This will be Mimico ball. Aaron Tuguri wearing the captain's C. Gets it up to Ryder. Has 8 to cross center. Does so. Burns. Quick turn. Tavares. From the outside, Ryder lets one go. Well wide and bounces for the over and back. Ron getting it through Jennings to Matthews. Sends it cross floor. Kruger stepping into a shot. Power will turn that one aside, and sliding through the backside of the crease was Owen Ron. As Carpenter collides with Trey Deer, but not before getting it up to Jacob Keller. Pair of sevens, him and Matthews. Out in Northman's end as Matthews will get stuck on D here. Burns goes right at him. Up top, Tavares. Takes it around the corner. 5 left to shoot. Burns. He was the one on Matthews, and as it comes back to Ryder, can't handle it. It'll bounce over and back. Just a few little miscues here in this period for the Mountaineers when they can get set. Seen the outside shot a couple times, and now we get our first wipe down, I believe, of the season. I don't remember having one. First one tonight. The Orangeville Northmen Minor Lacrosse Association gets the call. Gives us a chance to remind you we're in Six Nations tomorrow. Them in KW an 8 o'clock start time. Here's a look at Liam Matthews' first period. 6 goals already with a 4-point night. Outside rip there around the screen from Trey Deer. And then he's going to wheel up top and basically do the exact same thing. And Liam Matthews has been doing it in this building for, well, a couple seasons now. And we'll go back to Sanderson. This will be the final one for him in Orangeville. Sanderson got knocked down. Again, there's a errant shoe. And again, it's Dylan Sanderson. Delayed penalty coming as he got hit. So Wilson will give to Kruger. They're waiting to get Liam Matthews back in the play here. Closing in on a minute and a half left. Matthews from the outside, no shot. Deer with the screen to Kruger. Trey Deer, fake low, went high. And the cross check will stop proceedings. Perfect power play going back to work because it's a cross-checking call right there on Sanderson, who came through the crease. Two previous power plays, I think there's only been about 28 seconds of time on the man advantage for the Northmen. Trey Deer. Up to Matthews, Sanderson. Kruger wants it far side as well. Shot from Matthews, hits Taguri. Deflects into the corner. Sanderson with it. Kruger off the recovery. To Sanderson, now Matthews. Outside, Dylan Sanderson. That hits a body in front. Deflects up into the screening, and it'll be a fresh 30 here for the Northmen. I believe that's Connor Costigan. For Mimico with that block. Back across to Jennings. Matthews, Kruger, threading the needle to Sanderson. Deer was in the middle, got hit just as the pass was arriving. Kruger, Matthews, that powerful shot again. Where's the ball? Power was asking as he spun around, and it was squirted out the back door. Mimico trying the long bomb, and Dean George not happy with that effort, as you can imagine. Matthews to Deer. Final 15 seconds here of the period. Matthews has it again. Kruger. Even Matthews playing catch. Now the defense comes high. Same play, same result as it bounced away from Deer. Back to Kruger on his wrong side. Right up the face mask of Power. Return shot from Ron, and Taguri took exception, and now Power grabs a big horse collar of Owen Ron and pulls him into the crease. Rare to see goaltenders do that, but Power headed out the door and back to the dressing room. As I was saying, our next broadcast is tomorrow night. Six Nations Arrows hosting Kitchener-Waterloo, as the Arrows try and keep pace with the Northmen at the top of the table. Whitby hot on the heels. Beaches are in there as well. Be a good one tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Be sure to subscribe to the OJLL YouTube channel. If you like this video, share it around. The algorithm will be more apt to recommend things like this to your feed and those of others as well. Second period comes your way in about 9.5 minutes. We'll take the timeout. Northmen lead 6-4 after 1 here on your feature game of the week in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing.
Let's go, raise up one time, go get it, it's yours, let's shine, come on.
Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
You can catch the fun with lacrosse, Canada's national summer sport. Everyone can experience the excitement of lacrosse, where fun meets fitness and friends are made. Lacrosse is one of the youngest organized sports children can play. And with 66 clubs throughout Ontario, everyone can get in on the fun. Visit playlacrosse.com. Our interactive map will help you find a lacrosse club in your area. Join the Ontario lacrosse community today. Ask a parent before going online.
6-4 lead for Orangeville after the first, but didn't look like that was going to be the case early on as Mimico would open this thing up with 2 straight. The first from Luke Ryder, and a good celly after the fact as well, Justin Tavares. Followed that up shortly thereafter, a minute 17 following that first goal. And then 5 straight for the Northmen thanks to the Liam Matthews show. Cutting across the front of the crease there. We'll get a look at his outside shooting ability here on this goal. Max Kruger breaking up what would have been a natural hat trick. How dare the super rookie from the side of the net. Kind of got lost there in behind. And then, yes, Liam Matthews would do it again. Oh, before that, one taken off the line by Nate Whittam. About the only good luck he had in that first period is another goal through there. And then Cohen Jennings completes the run of what was 5 goals, in 4 minutes and 35 seconds. That would spell the end of the night for Nate Whittam and perhaps ignite the offense of the Mounties, starting with Justin Tavares. How about a pair of goals in 28 seconds as Colin Burns gets the second. And to close out the period, just 14 seconds following that run, Dylan Sanderson completes what would be 6-4. In addition to that Six Nations game we talked about, Brampton Excelsiors at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center on Saturday. It is a 4 p.m. Eastern start time. So 2 more games coming up on the Game of the Week schedule. Multiple Game of the Week schedule if you've been paying attention. Feels like the game of the day. Not a complaint, by the way. Some of the best lacrosse going is right here in the Ontario Junior A Loop, and privileged to bring it to you. Matthews in the corner as the Northmen start on the power play and ring one off the pipe in behind Power, who remains in the net after relieving Nate Whittam in that first period. Aaron Taguri on the run, going to take it all the way to the rack and scores. Shades of his brother Josh, who earned the nickname Pitbull, now an assistant coach. And we've got a 1-goal game thanks to the shorthanded goal from the Mimico captain. Aaron Taguri just out of the crease, pardon me, coming through. And nobody really blocks his lane to the net between Siapera and Elijah Edwards. You see them talking about it. And Taguri Shorty makes it 6-5. And that was kind of the story. Is a big hit here. Going to turn into another power play. Enrico Lombardo getting Sean Costigan. Already power play number 4 for Orangeville. Hit coming up. A trip, just off the face-off. And yes, it'll be Liam Matthews that starts things off. The first period hat trick. One of those on the power play. Matthews pulls it away from pressure. Kruger. Back to Matthews, back to Kruger. Nearly bounced away, but Workey's got it back again. To Matthews to Trey Deer. Didn't get a lot on the follow-through of that shot and may have caused that to hook. Go off the end boards and the over and back. So Mimico a chance now to take this penalty time down close to a minute. Tavares way up top. Far side for Ryder and now Burns. Only one who hasn't touched it is Geeky. Setting screens in the middle. Tavares shot handled by Thompson. 6 goals off 15 shots, by the way, in that first period for the Northmen. Most of those 5 off 10 against Nate Whittam in 10 minutes. 4 goals off 12 for the Mountaineers. Trey Deer from the middle to Sanderson. Quickly the ball is back up top to Matthews. Deer will make space for him to go around a screen. Haven't seen Deer turn that into the backside of a 2-man game play yet, as they did in Oakville. He'll shoot here on a bouncer. That power will gobble up. Trey Deer just 1 assist, had 1-1. Tavares down the boards. Trey Deer 1-1 the first time these two teams met, 2.5 gone in the period. Penalty time down to 14 seconds as it's launched from the outside. That one right into the foot. Looks like of Cade Cordingley. Momentarily hobbled him. And it's the penalty about to expire. No shot coming here from the Northmen. They'll drop to 2 and 4 on the man advantage tonight. And those were those 2 quick ones early in the first. Kruger to Sanderson on the doorstep. Owen Ron shoots over top of the net. Owen Hobbs. Near side, Costigan on the run. Yes, there are a Costigan per side here tonight, as this ball is going to find the timeline. Nearly found an extra player for too many men penalty against Mimico. Kruger. Bouncer in front of him. Shot. Arm save made by Power. And come up the near side to Rego. And Selma Rego to Burns to Tavares. Justin Tavares works around a screen. Burns all by himself in the corner though, shoots. And Thompson down to his knees, sliding to his right to make the stop. This is Sean Costigan, the Orangeville version. Levi Wilson accepting that pass and the sidearm shot right into the midsection of Britton Pitt, and he's down. Pitt gets back up, doubled over, trying desperately to make his way to the bench as Burns sends a bouncer in on Thompson. And Pitt getting the attention of the trainer. Off on that Mimico bench, Elijah Edwards. Meanwhile, for Orangeville. Passes to Sanderson. He'll wheel over the top, shoots, and that one blocked by the face of Taguri. So no over and back off the tip, but Ron's only got 3 to shoot. And just going to launch it in. Did find the net with that long bomb, but going to say if that went in, it wouldn't have counted. If it went in, well, bad things probably would have happened back in Mimico in practice. Here's Tavares. Out to the outside. Ryder had to double clutch. Gives it back to Tavares now. Backing away from pressure through the middle, Ryder. And that tipped away by Carter Coffey. Scott to Trey Deer, all alone scores. Usually the first one out the front door. And I mean, this is as Northman a goal, as a Northman goal you're going to see. Transition in the second period. Finding the first one off the bench and into the back of the net. It just so happens the last few years it's been Trey Deer, usually on the back end of that play. Cade Cordingley taking it himself off the face-off. Last minute stick check popped it free. Taguri will slow things down again. Tavares. Carpenter. Through Ryder to Burns now. Geeky cutting his way through the front of the net. Ended up circling the crease. Shot from Tavares may have surprised Thompson. He comes all the way up top. Tavares shoved down by Ciapero well behind the play. Geeky with it. Geeky spun back. Ends up beating a double team. Cut back and couldn't do it again, and then was in the crease. Elijah Edwards the other way. Kruger wants the pass. Deer's got it. Sheds a defender. Gives to Matthews, who walks in. Floats a shot past Power. And Colin Brazel will quickly put it in the stick of Ben McIsaac. Normally a defensive player. He'll head off now. In favor of Geeky. Burns. The rest of the offense, Ryder. Pardon me, that was Cameron McKinnon setting the screen. The ball worked back to the crease. McKinnon was off and running back on defense. Not in a place to get that shot, and now trailing everybody. Pitt back out there after blocking the shot. Got a good chance as a result, and now he'll head off. Outside McKinnon. Down to the corner. Tavares turns and shoots. That one high off the end glass. As a collision in front, just as Trey Deer was picking it up. Dash Adams and Tavares tangle. Tavares to Burns. Ryder tied up. Bouncer to Christian McKinnon, one of two McKinnons in the lineup for Mimico tonight. Here's Trey Deer. Seems like it's been a while since Orangeville have had possession over to our left. Couple minutes. Sanderson on the doorstep. Run, and it's another flap of the left wing from Power. Rigo out of the corner, over center, close to the over and back line. Did not pass it as they play down to Carpenter again on the run. Took the shot. Rebound will bounce back up towards center where Rigo brings it down again. Burns, Tavares, his bouncer in on Thompson. Carter Coffey winds and fires. Hobbs partially blocked that shot. As the rebound bouncing around, it's going to fall in the stick of Trey Deer, but with only 10 to shoot for the Northmen. Keeping one eye on the game out in Oakville. Whitby is there. Outside shot from Deer, bouncing behind Power, but going to bounce clear of the line. 10-7 is the score in that one for Whitby. And Lucas Littlejohn has 7 goals. What a season Littlejohn is putting together. The captain of the Whitby Warriors. Under 10 to shoot now for Mimico. Tavares running in, bouncer wide. And it goes up out of play, so fresh 30 for Orangeville. See how fast Mimico made the change there. The message has definitely gotten out. On the Orangeville Northmen, quick transition play. Ball skips away from Liam Matthews. Cohen Jennings, who scored in that first period. So did this guy, Max Kruger. Levi Wilson got away with a hefty screen. His sidearm shot gobbled up by Power. Looking for options. We'll find Lombardo just inside of center. Rigo waits for him to run by. Lombardo all by himself. Rigo did nicely to keep the play onside. Is now Keller. Down the boards. Here's Burns. Mimico working it out from the corner. Ryder turns away from pressure. Dying shot clock. Burns motioned the shot anyways. Probably a good thing that one was not on net. Or we would have had some major issues here at the Bunny Barn. Trey Deer to the outside with Matthews to Deer. Slips coverage, puts it in. Well, as I said the other night, I mean, the highlight reel is about as long as the temperature is hot here in Tony Rose. And this was the play the other night. Trey Deer just the patience, the wait, and slips past his man. Halfway through the period, Power is going to signal for a water break. And Trey Deer has been doing that to Junior A goaltending for going on 3 seasons now. Even still, only 8-5, just a 3-goal spread here. And Crouch in for the face-off again. Cooper Campbell contested that time for the Northmen. Hobbs comes away with it for Mimico. On the run is bounce shot. Skips back in the direction of Mimico's bench. Burns and Ryder representing the righties on this Mimico offense. Playing back a little too nonchalant, perhaps, for Geeky. On the run, he blasted off the end boards. A little surprised Elijah Edwards didn't hustle a bit more either to the bench or after the ball. There was no one for Mimico back. Big jump step from Sanderson on the run. Power will hang on. Up the near boards, Costigan. Lucas Littlejohn not happy with 7 goals. He's got 8 now. Keller's got another one for Mimico here. Jacob Keller's first of the game. Only 7 more to go to catch up to the Whitby captain. Although that does close the lead back to within 2. We'll get back to Whitby in a second as the quick passing play onto the crease, and Keller. A couple moves right in front of Garrett Thompson. 8 goals in a game, matches the season high set by Nolan Byrne, his teammate, in his first game against his former club, the Brampton Excelsiors. Earned Byrne Gatorade Player of the Week honors last week. And now his captain's put up an 8 spot here. I assume with time to go. Out in that game, Whitby. Burns. The outside here, Mimico find themselves just down by 2. Burns up top to Keller. On the run, low shot. Halfway through the third period, we're being told, in Oakville. Elijah Edwards will bring this one up for the Northmen. Under 8 to go in the second period here. 8-6. The Orangeville lead as Matthews stepped through the crease. On his way by Power. Billing. Through Burns and Ryder. Keller taking top spot. No lefties yet. Geeky and Tavares now touch it, meaning all 5 have done so. Back to Keller. No shot. Burns did nicely to keep that one in play, and then a twister. Bounces in front of Thompson, and then up out of play. Shots on goal, by the way, showing 24-23 in favor of Orangeville. I feel like the Mimico shot chances are much higher than that. A lot that have skipped wide or over top of the net, or bouncers that have missed. A few blocks on either side too. Matthews to Deer yet again, and this time Deer's in the crease. Again, our first look at these Mimico Mountaineers on the season. And all of those things add up to probably the record that you see. Ryder to Tavares from his wrong side. Split save made by Thompson. Couldn't bring it down was Burns, but Tavares does and scores. Justin Tavares with a hat trick here. 5 points off 7 now, Mimico goals. Follow the bouncing ball as it comes off the boards. Burns recovers, stays out of the crease. And Tavares there to follow up. And the immediate signal from Garrett Thompson for a water break. As we look at Tavares. And his hat-trick work here tonight. That one back in the first period. Rusty Kruger with a hefty yell of, let's call it, encouragement over on the Orangeville bench. Had to take a walk after. Not happy with the defense on the last couple Mimico goals that have pulled the Mountaineers back within 1. Face off, controlled on the back of the stick by McKinnon. Comes in, save Thompson. Still bouncing, and Christian McKinnon will recover the possession and roll it back to center. Oh, Rigo close to that timeline. Sticks were out. You could feel the energy coming off the Mimico bench. That would have given it right back. But here's Ryder up over the top. Accordingly, playing defense on him. Now Tavares one-on-one. Justin Tavares to top spot. Campbell not going to let him shoot. Shot does come from the far side and up into the Mimico crowd heads up. That had a few extra kilometers per hour on it. Tavares works around a screen. Far side, Burns to Ryder. Back to Burns again with 5.5 to play here in the period. Ryder from the outside. Oh, big fake before ripping one. That might have caught the post. It's Colin Burns recovers it there on the half boards. Luke Ryder. Cross to Geeky. Screen set by Cameron McKinnon. Diving after the ball. It'll eventually find its way here, to Brock Redwood. Redwood to Scott and the fans. Appreciate the effort to bring the ball down for another offensive set. Trey Deer. Sanderson pulls it outside. Big high step, sheds his man to the crease. Looks low on power coming across. Remember, there were 5 goals scored in quick succession against Whittam. 5-2 at the time. Now 5-3 back the other way since Power took over. Here's Tavares from the outside. Looking 5-hole on Thompson, no room. Tavares then tripped up. The ball's played back up to Coffey. Trey Deer out the front door. Second man on is Matthews, and just missed that pass. The normally sure-handed Liam Matthews. Lost the ball again, but running into it was Coffey. And he'll leave it in the stick of Owen Ron. Far side Matthews. Deer setting the screen. Matthews still with it. Outside rip. That one wide, and shot clock going to expire here on Orangeville. This time they come off to a round of applause from Andrew Suter. Geeky through McKinnon. Burns looking for Ryder, cutting through, he scores, and we're all tied up. Burns' 4th assist of the game here. And watch Ryder. The Trey Deer turn on the Jets. And straight to the house. 3.5 to go. We're all tied up at 8. Big scramble for this face-off, which could be an important one. Rolls back. McKinnon allowed to go back over one line on the face-off. Took advantage of that to play it back into his own end. Now Hobbs. Ryder through Hobbs. Justin Tavares wants to shoot off the mask of Thompson. Rebound Hobbs. Shot it over the net. Burns coming off the bench. Couldn't hang on to that ball. And Don McDonald had to look alive yet again. He'll hang on to the ball too. Souvenir. $6. Max Kruger through Matthews. Trey Deer. Back to Kruger. Behind the net, Matthews. Deer's on the run. Looking for it. Power. Tie up at the side of the crease, and somehow Power hung on to it. There was a lot going on there. And I think Power's got, I don't know if he's got a problem with his pad or the ball stuck underneath it somewhere. Ball gets handed back to the official. And Adam Power will make his way over to Don McDonald. (12-10). Whitby on top of Oakville at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center. So the Buzz starting to creep their way back in. A team perhaps to keep your eye on as we close in on the trade deadline. Only have 2 graduating players, and Eddie Faraday, Cody Merritt, if you're looking in that direction. Merritt only playing 1 game so far this season for the Buzz, but who knows? Again, trade deadline coming up midnight on Saturday. We'll be on air at 4 o'clock. As the Oakville Buzz face the Brampton Excelsiors, we'll be on Hug Watch. Closing in on the 2-minute warning here as we're back underway here in Orangeville. Down to Tavares, trying to go cross floor, gets intercepted. Here comes Sean Costigan, partial breakaway, rebound bounces back, back-to-back stops from Power as Dash Adams got denied as well. Graydon Stokes then bringing down a 3rd rebound. See a pair to Matthews, and they'll slow things down. Liam Matthews to Max Kruger. Had thoughts of going over the top, too much traffic. Deer sets the screen for Matthews, who shoots past it. Power the save, rebound, bouncing around in the corner. Kruger there after it. Hidden ball play between Kruger and Matthews. Max Kruger now passes to Sanderson. Sanderson off balance, intercepted in on the crease. And they call it back in as Hobbs made the catch and then stepped back in his own crease. Half the crowd here in Orangeville helped make that decision. Fresh 30 seconds for Deer and Kruger and Matthews. Owen Ron in the middle. He'll pop out and take the catch now. Sanderson in front of the crease, the only one who hasn't touched it yet. Matthews Back for Deer, couldn't hang on. Was trying to stay out of the crease and couldn't. As he gets called for running through. Not sure if Deer is having words with Power or referee Jeremy McNaught, but either way, in discussion. Into the last minute here in the second period. Burns, one-on-one with Scott. A lot of orange there between those two as Thompson made the save, slowly sauntering his way out of the crease, and 39 seconds left. Can't take them with you. Orangeville had both their timeouts, so they'll burn one here with 39 seconds left. DJ Cleveley on the left-hand side of your screen. Drawing up the play. Looks like Garrett Thompson going to stay on the floor here with 39 seconds remaining. You can see Power walking out there along with Anselmo Rigo. Billings, McIsaac. Let's look at this last save from Power on the partial breakaway. There's going to be three in succession. Spoiler alert. Costigan, Dash Adams, and then Stokes on the rebound as well. Feels like Stokes, one of those players that's played 14 seasons of Junior A lacrosse at this point, but finally has a star next to his name as a graduating senior. One of 12 listed on the lineup of the Orangeville Northmen. They lost about that many last year as well. And 14 for Mimico. Rigo intercepts, tries to run away, taking it all the way by himself and called in the crease. Dean George screaming for a holding call. And Power wants a wipe down. Mimico's bench and their fans not happy with this run out from Anselmo Rigo. Well, happy with the run out, but started calling for a hold right there. Wanted a second one, wanted one there as well. I think there might be as much a case for a push-off from Rigo as there is for a hold on the Northman defender. In my mind, the most egregious one was the one at the crease that nobody had exception with. Orangeville will go with the empty net now. Couldn't do it before, but Thompson is on the bench for the final 15 seconds. Kruger to the outside. Extra attacker on the left side is Alex Messier. Watch for him to open space for one of the big guns. No, it'll be Sanderson who shoots, spins Power around. It's loose in the crease. Picked up and no time to bomb it down floor. Power going to walk away from the scene after his Mimico Mountaineers have clawed their way all the way back. 8-8 tie after two. After this last save from Power. And big scramble there in the crease. Well, these teams played a tight series for a right to represent Ontario in the Minto Cup last year. Only fitting that we're tied after two yet again here inside Tony Rose Arena. 8-8 your score after two. A great 20 minutes coming up. After about a 10-minute break, you're watching the featured game of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. We'll be right back.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing.
Yeah, let's go. Raise up one time, go get it. It's yours, let's shine, come on.
Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
You can catch the fun with lacrosse, Canada's national summer sport. Everyone can experience the excitement of lacrosse, where fun meets fitness and friends are made. Lacrosse is one of the youngest organized sports children can play. And with 66 clubs throughout Ontario, everyone can get in on the fun. Visit playlacrosse.com. Our interactive map will help you find a lacrosse club in your area. Join the Ontario lacrosse community today. Ask a parent before going online.
Last time these two teams played, it was 6-1 in the second period for Orangeville. This time, however, different stories started by Aaron Chiguri, who runs out the short-handed goal. That would make it 6-5. Then Trey Deer, the transition breakout goal. He would go back-to-back here in the period, getting one more as well. The little slip pick, which has become the Trey Deer specialty, along with that finish as well. But that made it 8-5 Mimico. Would piece together 3 goals, including this one from Jacob Keller. Follow the bouncing ball as we go into the second one for what's going to be John Tavares. First shot, Burns can't capitalize, and Tavares picks it up, pirouette, and scores. Initial shot, his as well, before Luke Ryder, graduating player and American, does his best Trey Deer impression, headed to the net and lets Alumni Corner know about it. That gives us 8-8 the score after 2 periods. Here, 2 goals off 14 shots just for the Orangeville Northmen. That gives them 8 off 29, 4 off 19 in that second period for Mimico. They've got 8 off 31. And a final before we get started here from Oakville. How about the Buzz scoring twice in the final minute? 41 seconds from Liam Luza, Finn Morgan, 13 seconds to go. Ultimately dropping a 13-12 decision. Whitby Warriors will move to 8-2, 2-8. The Oakville Buzz, 9 points on the night for Lucas Littlejohn, including 8 goals. By the way, Charlie Boone also 9 points, 4 goals, 5 assists, and 3 and 5 for Jameson Steele of the Buzz. Nolan Byrne, a goal, 4 assists to put a cap on that one out in Oakville tonight. Out in Whitby, excuse me. Underway here for our third period in Orangeville. Scott had it over center. As now Trey Deer waiting for last man off the bench in Owen Ron. Ron trying to one-hand it on the give and go with Sanderson. Trey Deer headed back to the front of the crease and they score again. Deer's got his hat trick and Matthews has another point. Trey Deer 3-1, 3-2 for Liam Matthews. Trey Deer capping his hat trick. 9 goals on the board for the Orangeville Northmen. Liam Matthews and Trey Deer have 6. Cooper Campbell back to the face-off dot against Christian McKinnon. It will be Mimico that bring the possession down. And Selma Rigo being chased by Deer in the perfectly timed stick check. Sent that one up, looked like it was out of play, but they do allow play to continue with the Northmen bringing it back across center. Levi Wilson to Matthews. Owen Ron, far side, Sanderson. Big high step. Back here now for Jennings. This Northman team starting to get guys back from injury. Matthews from the outside. Elijah Edwards, one of those who did not play the other night. Not injury related as far as we know, but Jake Spalina did confirm expected back this season in his graduate year. Joey graduated last year. He's still got 2 more years left at Syracuse. So does Trey Deer, Finn Thompson, amongst others. So it'll be a couple before we see them in the NLL draft, but one more coming up for Jake Spalina. Here's Geeky out of the corner, blindly lifted that back towards center and intercepted by Costigan. Big tie up here along the boards with Trey Deer. Had his stick high over top of everybody, keeping that play alive. Got it through Kruger to Sanderson. Big stutter step to the net. Oh, looked like it bounced behind Power, and then he recovered it again as the English took it back into his padding. Carpenter to Ryder. Help off the bench, McKenna to Tavares. One-on-one with Coffey. Tavares headed to the net, the twister. Bounces off Thompson and into the screening that protects the lights here at Tony Rose. Burns. Past Ryder, who was getting pinball between two defenders. And Colin Burns has a pair and a 6-point night. So most of the damage being done by two players for Orangeville. This is just a beauty outside shot from Burns. He's got two. Justin Tavares with three. Luke Ryder with two. So three players combining for 7 of Mimico's 9. All three of those connecting on the most recent goal. Matthews from the outside. Got hit as he was releasing. Crease violation here. Jennings reaching in after Power made the stop. Power took over right at the 10-minute mark, roughly. After Nate Whittam surrendered 5 goals off his first 10 shots faced. 4 off 24 the rest of the way for the Northmen. Keller to the trailing Ryder. Little jab step. Passes to Tavares behind his back. On the crease. Diving was both the shooter and Thompson, and the goaltender gets the better of that battle. Up the boards, Britton Pitt here for Orangeville. The 8 count was deep in it. And we're going to need a wipe down after 2 big bodies collided in the crease of Thompson. Both Britton Pitt and the Orangeville goaltender. One more time, a look at the night of Liam Matthews. And he has 3 goals. It's been a while since he's put one in. But again, 9 on the board. Now for Orangeville, and 2/3 of that coming from this combination of Liam Matthews and Trey Deer. Matthews showing with 6 points. Trey Deer showing with 5. The official online scoring over and back called here against Mimico. And again, would love to see shot attempted numbers. Nobody on the ball. This is supposed to be Orangeville's. Pitt ran over and said, blow it in then if no one's going to take it. Official's not going to oblige. They'll wait for Max Kruger to come over. Tanner Thompson liked the play though. Matthews through Sanderson. Far side Kruger. Back up top for Liam Matthews. Big head fake. He's headed to the crease. Costigan made sure he got a little too close to that black paint. Trey Deer tied up, and they're going to take the ball away from Mimico on the interference call. Ben McIsaac looked awful tired on that wipe down most recently, but going to get stuck out there back-to-back now, and we'll draw the assignment of Liam Matthews. Out through the middle, that shot from Ron. Missed the mark, and then Rigo. Like he slipped in the crease. We may be getting another wipe down back in Mimico's end here before too long. Keller. And Burns. Playing back to Ryder, far side Tavares, high stepping, facing Graydon Stokes. He'll shoot from the outside, and Thompson corrals it, and good job too, because Hobbs was waiting for a loose ball. Costigan runs past Tavares. Out to the trailing Sanderson off the post, rolling back out. Power was looking behind him. Ball's headed back down floor in the stick of Pitt though. 2-on-1 for Mimico, big stop up. Ryder switches hands. That actually took him to his wrong side. His proper shooting side, but wrong side of the floor, and end result is it's shot wide. And I think Power's pointing out the spot he wants wiped down in the crease again, and the official's not going to stop the play. Matthews for Kruger, outside bouncer into the pad of Power, and now he's going to call for the wipe down, and this time he will get it. Orangeville Northmen have 4 home dates remaining. They'll actually go on Friday night to Peterborough. That'll be the last home game, as shot there from Burns. Over the back. Look at Ryder's night here. A 5-point evening for Luke Ryder, and a bunch of these goals coming right on the crease for a player most known for an outside shot. So home dates remaining include the 22nd, that's Sunday. The Athletics will be here at 7 o'clock. Then a couple games away, Sunday the 29th, Whitby. Friday, July 4th, Six Nations. So some heavy hitters coming through Tony Rose to close out the season. Burns to Keller, and no doubt a lot of those teams may look a bit different after Saturday. Shot clock down to 5 seconds. Ryder has it again. He'll just float it into empty space with no shooting option. Sanderson to Matthews. Trey Deer sets the screen. Matthews rips around it and scores. I mean, what do you do with these two? If you're going to try and get on the hands, Trey Deer will slip past you. If you're going to let him shoot, this will be the end result. And if you try and body up, that's not going to work. Yeah. High fives between those two, who are becoming an absolute problem for teams here in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. Almost as if they love the spotlight or something. Remind you, the last time we saw them on Saturday, Liam Matthews went 2-5, 4-3 for Trey Deer. So 7 and 8, 15. Another 6, 11 tonight, 26 points in 2 games here on the OJLL feature game of the week. And still 13 minutes left to go in this one. Orangeville up 10-9. Max Kruger, by the way, picking up the secondary assist as Mimico look to get back to work. Big jump step from Ryder in front. McKinnon stopped by Thompson. He was all alone on the doorstep. Cade Cordingley back the other way. Matthews trailing. There's going to be no Trey Deer on this set. Matthews went for the pass far side, and he's going to go off holding his elbow. Looks like, did he get a slash at the end of that? Orangeville, hold your breath. Liam Matthews in a ton of pain over on the Orangeville bench. Tavares. Up top, outside shot. Geeky covered up Thompson. And Mary Lalincette will come across and pay attention to Matthews, who is down on a knee in back behind of the Orangeville bench. Trey Deer. Bouncing around outside, he will take the shot. That skips off the foot of Pitt. Out to Sanderson, who rips off the end boards and right up and into the safety netting. DJ Cleveley looking on carefully. Just runs into his own man into the back of Levi Wilson after taking a hit. Did Liam Matthews. And remains down over on the Orangeville bench. Went off holding his left arm. DJ Cleveley looking on, very concerned. Keeps looking off to his left. Here's Trey Deer. Ron here to Cordingley, taking Matthews' spot. That shot just missed, ended up in Mimico's bench. Minute away from the halfway mark of this last regulation time period. Matthews is at least up, moving the left arm now. Tavares from outside. That one booms off the end boards as it just missed the Orangeville net. Matthews getting his gear back on. He'll take his place back in line, and all together, everyone in Orangeville exhale. Costigan, great one-man effort there on his number 14, Taguri. Shot ended up saved by Power. Mimico had to hurry to beat the 8 count and just could not do it. Ciapera, Wilson. Here is Liam Matthews. First shift since taking that bump. Him and Trey Deer together. Absolutely lethal, though. Go to Sanderson this time. And Deer. Matthews still looks a little bit ginger as the goal is waved off. A crease call against Trey Deer at the goaltender on top of him. Orangeville calling some calls for a back in. Power wants a wipe down. Official wants a conference. As we take a look at the crease call. You know, the one he scored on looked closer than this one, if I'm being quite honest, but crease call called. And they're going to keep the ball with Mimico. Heard a couple of yells that they didn't have possession, but I think that could be the case. Tomorrow in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, the Burlington Blaze travel to Peterborough. KW in the Six Nations will have that feature game for you at 8 p.m. right here on Ontario Junior Lacrosse League TV. Make sure you're subscribed and liked and shared and everything else. Brampton also in St. Catharines tomorrow night. Thursday, Beaches will host Whitby. Mimico is headed to Oakville. Mimico headed to the crease right now. It's McKinnon running in front of Thompson. Made the stop, and then Keller goes right back after the loose ball and got caught between Scott and Stokes. And let me tell you, that does not sound like fun. Be going after a loose ball with those two bearing down on you. Down to a knee. Tavares got tripped up. Donnie Scott with the interception. Gonna take off. Gets in behind Ryder, and the bouncer saved by Power. Nobody going after the loose ball. Scott might have a second chance. Swings the stick at McKinnon, though, and Christian McKinnon has it and does clear center, this time in the allotted 8 seconds. Burns. Man, there's all kinds of miscues going on at the Mimico bench. They nearly sent 3 guys after realizing they only needed 1. It'll be Carpenter that joins the fray. Geeky to the outside. Tavares a stutter step. And that shot headed to the near glass. Bounces away from Burns and goes for the over and back. Said it last period, I'll say it again. This is a young Mimico squad after losing 14 players after last year's OJLL finals appearance. And I mean, you can see just the little things not as clean as you would expect from this Mimico program. Down in front, the shovel pass there from Ron. McIsaac will pick up and head out. He is one of the veteran players, though, is McIsaac, that will return for another year. Ryder headed across to Wesley Geeky. Ryder on the crease, gets swarmed, never took the shot. Flattened in front, still there, is now McKinnon's low rip goes through on Thompson. He's looking at the official, not sure if he wants a wipe down after the slam in front of the crease. It is pretty hot in here tonight. Costigan working through to Elijah Edwards, who scores. Told you he's just returned to the lineup. He is a graduating player and doesn't get many opportunities to do this, but when he does, rarely does he miss. Costigan accordingly looking to set things up, and that one's in the back of the net for Elijah Edwards. .738 left to go. The lead back up to 2. Was as high as 5-3 at one point. For Mimico stormed all the way back, tied it at 5, tied it at 8. We were tied at 9, where we sit now with back-to-back goals from Orangeville. Matthews wants to slow things down. Seven minutes left to go. Trey Deer working out here with Jennings. Both of those go to throw screens right away. Now Matthews does the same, all for a Sanderson shot. That went wide. It was at the shot clock as well, so over and back, 30-second violation. Take your pick. Ball headed here to Mimico. That Mimico game in Oakville on Thursday should be an interesting one as well, as those two teams dangerously close to the cut line. Top 8 teams make the playoffs. And if they ended today, guess what? This is the first round. Hobbs pinning Elijah Edwards over there. Graydon Stokes over to help out. What a series that would be in a rematch of last year. Costigan to the outside. All the way back across to Ron. Wilson fights through a hard screen. Got a second one for good measure as the ball is returned here to Costigan. Outside. Worked through McIsaac. And back-to-back shot clock violations against Orangeville. Credit the Mimico defenders. Remind you that with the Minto Cup as well here in Ontario, St. Catharines hosting, already with the bye. Only one Ontario team is going to get through this year by way of winning the championship. Burns shot. Thompson not sure where it is. Delayed penalty coming. We get the hold. And just the second Mountaineers power play of the evening. The first one lasted just over 30 seconds way back in the first period when they took a penalty shortly thereafter. Not sure if it was in through the middle or up on the high defender. Going to be Dash Adams, part of the all-name team here in the OJLL this season, going off for the hold with 5:56 left to go in regulation time, and what a time it would be for another one from Mimico. Did not score on that first abbreviated power play. Although they do have a short-handed marker here tonight. Tavares works off the top spot, shovels it back in the corner. Burns has to play it off the glass. Jacob Keller joining him on the right side. Tavares with it again. Works past the screen, shoots. Thompson the save, but Keller comes down with the rebound. Burns directing traffic. Tavares and Keller playing catch. Hobbs wants to switch places with Geeky far side. Hobbs headed behind the net. Tavares now. No one up top. Behind the back. Then the same from Burns to get the shot through. Geeky and Siapera after the loose ball. This one goes up out of play, and they're going to say it went off Mimico. Tavares. Keller. Third straight possession. Back across. Hobbs with the shot, and this time Thompson will hang on to the rebound. Sanderson out the front door and all the way across the floor. Try and take time out of this penalty that's got 50 seconds left in it. Trade year. Far side Sanderson. He'll work it to Matthews. Trade year trying to screen three players. Now backs away to the net and in the crease after it was caught by Power. Tavares trying to run away from both Deere and Matthews. We're caught out here trying to kill off the penalty. Two players who can definitely hold their own, though. As I say that, Hobbs will bounce a shot in, and it'll skip away from Tavares and back for the over and back with only 11 seconds remaining, meaning Orangeville can take this all the way down. Just over 4 minutes left here in regulation time. Penalty has expired as Sanderson gives to Kruger, taking the spot of the penalized player. Back here for Cade Cordingly. Ron to Sanderson. Outside, back to Jennings. Cohen Jennings down here in the corner, spinning away from pressure. Is Cordingly. Shot clock about to expire, and that is now 3 straight 5-on-5 sets where the shot clock has expired on the Orangeville Northmen. Mimico sitting at 3-6 coming into the game tonight. That is dangerously close to the cut line with a couple teams with 2 wins. Outside shot from Burns. Misses the mark and bounces up into the screen. Northmen comfortably sitting at 10-1, but again with Six Nations pushing. Same thing with Whitby, another win tonight. Would love a bit more breathing room. The top of the table. Sanderson, cross from Matthews. He'll bring it down. Shoots for the corner, which was there. Still have yet to see him uncork one since taking that hit, where he caught the attention of the training staff momentarily. Sanderson. Outside, Wilson will set the screen. Liam Wilson gets it back one-on-one. Coming across through the middle were both Deere and Matthews. And now a bouncer there hits, not sure if that was Rigo or McIsaac. Either way, those two are headed off. And McIsaac, I mean, he's been tired since about halfway through the first period. Geeky will start it for Mimico on the far side. Returning back quickly for Burns. Ryder and Keller set screens. Ryder all by himself as Siapera went down. Siapera going to work over Ryder. Burns shot. Hit the outside of the net. Bounced right back to Tavares. Ryder to Burns. Outside shot and sent away again by Thompson. But again, it looks like Tavares is going to recover it. Oh, and a nice one. That looked like it was destined for the Orangeville bench. And timeout called by Dean George just as we go inside 2 minutes. So that'll be Dean George's third period timeout, in case this one gets close down the stretch. Mountaineers should have an answer for almost all Orangeville's offense tonight. That was Burns' goal way back in the first. He's had a good night tonight with a pair of goals. Added 4 assists to his tally for a 6-point evening for the man from Princeton. Got to be something about Mimico liking the color orange. I'm not sure. Had a bunch of Syracuse guys last year. Now Princeton represented. It'll be a 6-man set coming out of the huddle for Dean George. Burns, as you would expect, Ryder, Keller. 3 lefties will be Hobbs, Geeky, and Tavares. So all the big boys out here now for the Mountaineers. Keller to Burns. And Keller goes straight through the middle. Ryder, quick stick, just missed. Back to the far side. Tavares, another rebound and another goal. Justin Tavares has 4 here tonight, and 2 of them have been on rebound recovery plays. This was quick stick all the way, and that's the play right there. But then Tavares recovers it. Thompson way out of position. And Justin Tavares pulls Mimico back within 1. 1:46 to go. Here in our final period, face-off recovered by Mimico. Pitt sends it across to Guri. They wanted to go fast, but all 5 Northmen were back. Now Tavares comes off the bench. Back across to Ryder. And Burns. Far side Tavares takes top spot, no shot. Burns wants to rip. Ball went right. Thompson went left as we look at it. And if that's on target, this game's tied. But instead, it's an over and back. And we'll see if the Northmen try any kind of shot. Their last 3 possessions have ended in shot clock violations. Matthews down to the crease. Jennings. Brazel did nice to force him outside. But again, Northmen don't need a shot here. Matthews senses a lane to the net, bounces it wide, and it goes up out of play. Mimico ball with 1 minute and 1 second left to go. Power still in the net. McIsaac. Here's the call. Extra attacker going to be back on again. Keller. Burns trailing him. Keller will take top spot. Ryder in the corner. Hobbs and Geeky, the other 2, over on the left side. Working down to Ryder. He'll go behind his back. Intended for Hobbs, who was cutting through. Geeky backdoor couldn't pick up. Tavares does. Turns and fires last minute. And Thompson covers up. And timeout will be called by Orangeville with 34.3 left to go in regulation. Last available timeout here in the period. Last one either way for the Northmen bench, as they took one in the second as well. Well, another reminder that we're back on air tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Six Nations Arrows will host Kitchener-Waterloo. Be sure you're subscribed here to the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League YouTube channel. Last weekend, we passed 6,000 subscribers, so thank you to everyone who's taken the time to click the button. If you turn your notifications on, you'll get an alert every time we go live around Ontario throughout this OJLL season. Rusty Kruger calling out the play. Trey Deer and Liam Matthews are headed down in Mimico's end. They want to double The ball on the crease does Dean George with Anselmo Rigo and Aaron Taguri. Thompson going to play in front of the ball carrier. Front door is open. Keep your eye on a one-man change. And it was Sanderson. Ball going to skip away, but recovered here by Matthews. He'll find Trey Deer. Back up top, and all alone is Sanderson who pots it. Dylan Sanderson's second of the night is probably the dagger. But if you were to look at this one on paper, sure, 12 goals for Orangeville, not nearly this close in the win differential department. Another close one tonight as well, with Oakville and Whitby perhaps closer than it might have seemed going into the night. They're all close here in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League. Loose ball. Taguri can't pick it up for one final chance, and time's going to expire here as the Orangeville Northmen will sweep the season series in the rematch of the OLA finals from last year. We may not be done here at Tony Rose, however, as there's a meeting in the corner. Hobbs, Burns is in there. Donnie Scott was, as was, looked like Coffey and Elijah Edwards. And the officials do a good job of jumping in and separating everybody and sending them their separate ways after a 12-10 Orangeville Northmen victory here. Again, they sweep the season series. And if the season ended today, this would be your first round matchup. It does not, though. We've still got about 4 weeks left, including the trade deadline coming up on Saturday. Our producer tonight was Gary Morrison. Our director was Rachel Wolf. On behalf of them, the JVI Sports Network, and the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, my name is Matthew Carrick saying so long from Tony Rose Arena in Orangeville. We'll talk to you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock start time from Six Nations. 12-10 your final. Northmen over the Mountaineers. We'll talk tomorrow.